Good morning, my name is Henny and welcome to our Group 4 project. Today we want to make 3 different types of smoothies and the biologists are going to mix the smoothies and look at the ethical background of imported fruits. The physicists are going to explain how 2 different types of blenders work. And last but not least, the chemists will look at pH values and the different types of vitamins in the smoothies. And the best part of it, we're going to taste all of them! Yummy! Yummy!
We decided to make 3 different types of smoothies. The first one containing fresh berries. The second one as a comparison containing frozen berries. And the third one containing tropical fruits. So let's start with smoothie number 1. After having washed, cut and weighed the fruits, we put them in a blender. The first smoothie already looked very delicious, but we still wanted to make it even softer and so we mixed it again with a hand blender. So let us come to smoothie number 2, and as you can see, we used almost the same amount of the same fruits. As you can see, we had some problems with mixing those fruits in the beginning because they were just too cold and too solid.
Problem was that we couldn't really make it smooth, so we put it outside in the sun.
Smoothie number 3 contains totally different fruits, and yeah, spinach isn't really a tropical fruit, but we wanted to make it green and healthy.
So that's our first smoothie. Cheers! Very fresh. I like it. Me too.
tropical one.
I like the
I just want to say cheers to the class for doing a great job on the smoothies. It's good.
Do you like it better than the first one?
I think I do.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so we come to the last one, to the green and tropical one. That's the last one. Taste as well as I thought.
But it's super
It's
sweet.
just banana. It's super mild. I know. And it's coconut.
I like it.
But it should be colder.
Welcher ist der beste?
This is my favorite one.
It's definitely the best one. It tastes just like mochi or something like that.
Mochi?
Mochi, it's like
Mochi.
these little green balls. Like these little cakes.
Hello everybody, it's me Nadia, and I just wanted to inform you that for us the results were very interesting and also very surprising, because we would never have thought that the first smoothie, which was the fresh one, would only get 1 point. But well, that's how it goes, and that's how our students decided. I hope you liked our video so far, and now let's continue with the second part, which is going to be the theoretical part.
Hi, welcome people to our IB Group 4 project. You will see here the Group 4 chemistry group now, and we'll present you our findings from our smoothies, and it's going to be really cool. Have fun. So, my task was to find out whether the vitamins are destroyed while the fruits are being blended to make up a delicious smoothie. And actually I found out that the vitamins, they are not being destroyed during the blending process, but the oxygen around is very, very, well, actually dangerous for the vitamins, because all the vitamins, they are actually being destroyed by the attack of oxygen. Vitamin C is the most sensitive one, which dissolves in the water, gets attacked by the oxygen very heavily. And also it can be destroyed by heat very easily, so you should not try to make a warm smoothie when you still want to have a healthy smoothie. What we learn out of this is quite obvious, I think, because you shouldn't, when you want to have a smoothie in the morning for breakfast, for example, you should not make it in the evening before, because all the vitamins dissolve because the oxygen attacks the smoothie throughout the night.
So the next thing we investigated was the pH value of our ingredients of the smoothies, to find out if our smoothies are healthy in regard to the pH value. And therefore you have to know that our human body mainly needs alkaline substances, and this is because the alkaline mineral nutrients help to balance the acid substances that we also receive through our food and that we also have in our body. And when we have too many acids in our body, some parts like the connective tissue and other organs that need the basic pH value, so a pH value over 7, can't work properly, and that's a problem. But other parts of the human body also need an acid pH value, such as our stomach. But as I said, a lot of organs
alkaline substances to get an acid-base balance. And in our first two smoothies, we used a lot of berries, which have a neutral pH value, and sometimes they are also slightly acid forming, but yes, overall you can say that they are healthy. And our third smoothie is the healthiest one because it has spinach and coconut, which are alkaline ingredients, and so the third smoothie contributes to our health.
Okay, we also wondered about which of the smoothies is the healthiest when it comes to the vitamins, and so we did some research and found out about the amount of vitamins in our fruits per 100 grams. And yeah, as you can see, in the first two smoothies, in the fresh smoothie and the frozen smoothie, we're having a high amount of vitamin C. You can see that here we're having 65 milligrams per 100 gram. And yeah, I'd just like to inform you about vitamin C because you hear it very often. Vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid. It is very important for many processes of our body. For example, it is an important antioxidant which which filters free radicals that are in our body and makes them less harmful. It also counteracts arterial diseases and strengthens connective tissue, and it is detoxifying and regulates the human hormone balance so that it always is in an equilibrium. Yeah, we also found some B2, some B3, and some vitamin K in our smoothies, which made them very healthy as well. But there was a second question, because we wondered whether our fruits would lose their vitamins when they're frozen, because our second smoothie was, as you know, a frozen smoothie. And what we found out was very interesting, because the fruits don't lose their vitamins if they are, first of all, frozen very fast after they're picked. And the second condition is that they need to be frozen under a temperature of -20 degrees Celsius. So we can't really say whether our frozen smoothies are as healthy as our fresh smoothies because we don't know whether the supermarkets had them cooled under a temperature of -20 degrees Celsius. We think that the first smoothie is the healthiest one because it contains fresh fruits and you can choose the fruits yourself when you're buying them.
While preparing our smoothies, we use two different blenders, but both working the same way. This household appliance can be found in any kitchen, but how does it work? The blender is almost 100 years old. It was invented in 1922, and it consists of a container and a base. The container can be filled up with 1 to 2 liters. In its bottom is a metal blade, which is connected to an electrical motor. The electrical motor is in the base. The base is connected to an electrical power source and has a control button. The blender is an energy transformer and transforms electrical energy into mechanical energy, which lets the blade rotating. With a control button, you can influence the blade's velocity and thereby its power, so it is even possible to crush ice. The more power you give to it, the higher the velocity will be, and the more smooth is the result. For our smoothies, we put fresh fruits into the blender, and also some frozen ones. For sure, we put a lid on the container to prevent the fruit from spilling out. Then, by turning on the power, the metal blade starts rotating, and so the fruits get cut down. The blades create a whirlpool effect. Because of the centrifugal force, all of the fruit mass gathers on one side. The rotating blade abstracts fruit and pushes them upwards. The gravity force attaches, and the rotating metal blade pulls it down. Thereby, all of the fruits get in the middle. In the end, all of the fruits are cut up in a cycle, whereby they are getting cut down continuously. That's how we get really soft result.
Hello. Our biology group of our Group 4 project dealt with the problem of how sustainable the consumption of exotic fruits is. But let's start with the fruits, or with the exotic fruits we used for our healthy smoothies. So, the first fruit of exotic fruit we used are bananas. Bananas grow year-round in the tropics and subtropics, which is like all around here. The second fruit we used are oranges, and oranges are seasonal, so they grow only from November until April in Southern Europe. Third fruit we used are coconuts, and coconuts grow like bananas year-round in the Dominican Republic, the Ivory Coast, Sri Lanka, the Philippines, and Honduras. The last exotic fruit we used are watermelons. And watermelons have 2 seasons, and the one is from March until November, and they grow in some European countries like Bulgaria, France, Greece, or Italy. And their second season is from December until March in Brazil, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. So before we start with the real question, we come to the example of bananas. So bananas are like chocolate because they contain the messenger substance serotonin, which cause good mood. So 2 bananas are equal to 1 bar of chocolate. So maybe sometimes you are very hungry and want to eat chocolate to have a good mood. So you can also eat 2 bananas, and this is much healthier than to eat 1 whole bar of chocolate. So like already say, bananas grow in the tropical and subtropical regions, and they are evergreen plants and can reach a height of up to 6 meters, but they only bear fruit once. There are many different kinds of bananas which vary in color, size, shape, and taste. So for example, you have small red bananas or pink musas, but also our typical well-known yellow desert bananas. When they are harvested, they are still green, and so they contain a lot of starch and are not sweet yet. When they still grow, they are often protected with different substances, and these substances cause diseases for workers and animals there. But now to the advantages of bananas. So they are a source of energy, they help with digestion issues, and contain a lot of vitamin C, folate, and minerals like copper, iron, or magnesium. But now to the transport, because how they come to us, to Germany and our supermarkets. So 4% of all groceries used in Germany are exported from overseas. But in general, fruits and vegetables cause less environmental pollution and climatic problems than meat and dairy products. But now to the advantages and disadvantages of the transport overseas. But I would say we start with a good thing. So the advantage is that when you transport the exotic fruit overseas, there's almost year-round a broad offer of fruits in supermarkets, and you can enjoy tropical fruits without traveling across the world. And also the fast transport of foods is a very huge advantage because you can transport food fast that gets spoiled easily. But now to the disadvantages. So there's a higher energy consumption than normal, and also the exhaustion of the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide is much higher. And also the consumption of sulfur dioxide is 28 times higher than normal. But now to the 2 different kinds of transport. One way to transport the fruits to us to Europe is by boat. I think that is well known that many fruits are transported by boat to us, and also bananas, papayas, akakis are transported by this way. And so they can ripe during transport, but there are very long distances, and so it takes a lot of time to transport them to Germany or to Europe. And there's another transport way, so it's by plane. And with this method are transported pineapples or mangoes. But they can't really ripe during transportation, and they are often polluted with huge amounts of fungicide. So I would say that the transport way with the boat is a bit better than the transport by plane. So now to the conclusion. So again, our bananas. So bananas, for example, can be bought year-round, but oranges, for example, it's better to buy them seasonal because they only grow from November until March. And also watch out for the country of origin before buying, and try to buy local and seasonal products. And also don't eat exotic fruits every day, but consider them something special. And to be considered before buying is that they are fair trade, look for organic products, and also for fair working conditions. Do the farmers get enough money? Is the air there polluted by, like already said, substances which protect the plants, and so on. And maybe a little advice for you that especially during winter, provide your body with enough vitamins, for example, when you eat bananas, which contain a lot of vitamin C. So, that was our little video for the biology group, and bye-bye.